What's going on, guys? Happy Sunday. One of my buddies, Weston, asked me to break down a stock, and I thought I would just make a video on it and see what you guys thought. So one of the things about Weston is Weston loves to buy undervalued companies that can make him money over a long period of time. He doesn't focus on day trading, and even his swing trades are something that are more than just maybe a few weeks or even a few months. His intention would be to buy and hold for a long period of time. And I felt like this might resonate pretty well with some of you. So I really hope that you learned something new, and you let me know down in the comment section, what do you think about NextEra? So this is NextEra Energy. It's ticker symbol NEE. The thing that he found very attractive about NextEra is that it was previously very, very bullish. It peaked at highs of $89, as you guys could see, but then has recently pulled on back to lows of $56. Now, in my opinion, this thing is still trading below the EMA, trading below the moving average, and there's no indication of a reversal just yet. If we look at current price levels to based off previous highs, what's the potential? 57%. And that's why I think it's worth just looking into, in the sense of, this is why I'm breaking it down, because I find that ROI to be very attractive. But when I begin to zoom on in, even looking at the day chart, it's been trading sideways. If anything, not only was it trading sideways, but it broke that support that it had at $72 and is now trading below the moving average with lower highs and lower lows. Right now, this is looking to me more bearish than bullish. So when looking at this on the 4-hour, you can see that again, it broke that support at 72, began to see some selling pressure, and is now kind of beginning to trade sideways. This is something that we see from time to time where it builds and creates this like descending channel. So what I want to explain is if we look at this and this range that it had a previous range of a support right around 72 and a resistance right around 86. But it looks like it broke that channel and is now beginning to trade below this. So now it looks like it established a support right around, what do we want to call that, 48, and a resistance at around 64. So its old support level is now becoming a new resistance range, and we'll see if we go back to retest that $49 price point. When looking at this on the week chart, again, it was previously very, very bullish. Patterns tend to repeat themselves. They do not always have to. This would be something that I would consider setting an alert on. I like to explain it like this because it really simplifies what I need to do. I want to jump into this because I see how much ROI potential there is. I want to jump into this when it makes sense, when it's actually indicating signs of an uptrend. I'm not here to try to predict the bottom of a stock, because at the end of it, no one can predict the future. So I don't know if 56 is the bottom. I don't know if 46 is the bottom. I don't know if 28 is the bottom. My thing is, I do not care. I like its previous pattern. I like how bullish it was, but I don't like that right now it's more bearish than it is bullish. So what I can do is, until it begins to trade above that EMA, I can set an alert for the break above, but I also wanted to also show you this. I can go ahead and click on this indicator, and then I should be able to pull it up where it's going to be an alert when it breaks above the actual EMA line for ticker symbol NEE. And this is something that is available on the Webull trading application. You can set it up on any time frame. But this is one of my favorite things, is that Webull is always trying to really create new tools and resources that are actually valuable to people like you and I, right? So I love setting normal indicators, but also the indicator or the alert that is based off of that EMA line would be very useful to me, because until it begins to trade above that channel, there's no reason that I want to jump into this. There's enough ROI potential that I'm interested, but I want it to be when it makes sense, not just because it's cheap. Because we all know one thing, the cheap can always get cheaper. Also wanted to share with you a list of some of the companies that are going to be reporting earnings this week. Monday, which is going to be tomorrow, we have Monday reporting earnings. That's pretty funny. We have Waste Management. Tuesday, the big one is Shopify, Airbnb, and AIG that's going to be reporting earnings. Wednesday, we have Sony and Cisco that's going to be reporting earnings. Thursday, we have DE, which is, if I'm not mistaken, Deere & Co. And then we have DoorDash, that's also going to be reporting earnings, and AML. So again, relatively a pretty large company. And then on Friday, much smaller companies that are going to be reporting earnings. So as you can see, the big tech companies have already reported. These are just a few that still have left to report. But the thing that I love about this is that by focusing and being aware of what stocks report earnings can allow us to better prepare to follow up with these companies when they do. I love trading reversals. I just made a video about it yesterday on how I trade them. If these gap up and become very overbought, they present short opportunities where I can choose to short once they correct themselves. Or if they begin to sell off and then they begin to recover, I love trading those reversals as well, but being able to buy the dip and go long once they actually begin to show signs of recovery. Remember, you don't have to predict the future before they report earnings. You can always wait to react after if there's an overreaction. Again, these are concepts that we talk about in a little bit more detail within the LPP lesson library. And remember, if you want to watch me trade live as soon as tomorrow, it's going to be the second link in the description down below. You can sign up by today. It's 50% off, and you can watch me trade live as soon as tomorrow. It's a one-time payment, lifetime access, and yes, you'll get to watch me trade live every single day. Also, if you want to download the Webull trading application, it is free and available to everyone in the US, and it's the 5th link in the description down below. If you want to use my link, you'll earn up to 12 free shares just by signing up and depositing $5. But you have to make sure that your initial deposit is at least $5 to get those 12 free shares. I appreciate your time. Hope that earned a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing and let me know down in the comment section, what do you think about ticker symbol NEE? Does it meet your criteria, or is it just something that you're going to have to follow up with at a later time, just like I would? Appreciate your time. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team.